get going, folks.
Do you want to give it 1 minute? Just to see if anybody else comes in?
A few more minutes, of course, yep. To the people who are in here, though, we'd really appreciate it if, while we're speaking, you just keep your mics muted, because this is being recorded, and it will be posted on YouTube and other platforms for accessibility reasons later. So as soon as we're kind of done with our recordings, you'll be able to, we encourage you to ask questions. We encourage you to just, voice your opinion on said topic. And, we're looking to have a nice conversation with you guys. So, yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, well, Logan, we'll be generous. Let's give it like another minute.
Okay.
Yep. Is everybody able to hear us okay? That'd be bad if you couldn't. If we explained NFTs and you couldn't hear the whole time. That wouldn't be fun.
Ben Baller says yes. Thank you. Thank you, Ben Baller. Welcome.
You, Ben. Thank you, Ben.
Hey, Austin. In 2 weeks is the 1st. Will we be hosting a bi-weekly call on New Year's Day?
More people.
Fantastic. Austin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yep.
Will we be hosting a call on New Year's Day? Because the next Saturday call is on New Year's Day.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how that's gonna go. It is a holiday, so I want to respect people's family time and whatnot.
And they'll probably be hungover, so gotta be courteous.
Right. So we'll definitely make sure our next meeting is figured out, because I know the holidays are coming up, and there's about to be the market's about to get interesting here, to say the least, and there's gonna be a lot of off time. So
yeah. All right. Well, I think we can get started. I think we waited long enough. The stragglers can come in as they do. As always, guys, thank you for coming out on a Saturday night. We greatly appreciate your time, your attention. Austin.
Hello.
How about you take us in to non-fungible tokens?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as Logan said, he did a nice little welcome to you guys, but my welcome is going to be when we get into the information. So, Logan, if you could go ahead and switch to the first slide, that would be amazing. Okay. So I'm going to go nice and slow for you guys, because this is, we are going to cover a decent amount of information, and it may be, slightly overwhelming to somebody who doesn't know. So we're going to try to keep it as simple as possible, be clear and concise, give very rudimentary answers, and introduce these concepts in a simple fashion so you can further understand them. And even if you do already understand NFTs, I think you'll still get a lot of value out of what we're about to go through. So without further ado, what are non-fungible tokens? Well, if you've all been involved in the world of cryptocurrency in the past year, there's a very, very good chance that you have experienced the hype behind NFTs or non-fungible tokens, right? I'm sure all your friends have mentioned it to you. If you're not in NFTs yet, you've definitely seen it advertised. You've seen it on social media. You've heard people talk about it. So it's definitely becoming a very, very large thing. It's becoming very prominent, especially in the world of cryptocurrency, right? But this definition that Coinbase gives is very, very good. So, and this is very cut and dry, clear and concise. NFTs are non-fungible tokens. They are a special kind of crypto asset in which each token is unique, as opposed to fungible assets like Bitcoin and dollar bills, which are all worth exactly the same amount. Because every NFT is unique, they can be used to authenticate ownership of digital assets like artworks, recordings, and virtual real estate or pets. And we're going to go into many more examples of kind of the inner workings of those things and how the different use cases can be applied. But yeah, very cut and dry. That's a very good definition from Coinbase. So Logan, you can go head on to the next slide.
Yeah, I think that was a very, very good definition from Coinbase. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of NFTs, we should really break down the terminology that we're using. So we're first going to cover non-fungibility. When something is referred to as being non-fungible, it means that the item or thing, whatever it may be, in mind cannot easily be exchanged for another thing of equal value on a one-to-one basis. And fungibility, on the other case, obviously, would be where goods, items, whatever it may be, can be exchanged on a one-to-one basis. A really good example for this is when you think of one Ethereum could be easily exchanged for another Ethereum because they are the same value. So another example that we have here is a $100 bill can be exchanged for 5 $20 bills or 10 $10 bills. This makes the $100 bill fungible because its value is easily exchanged for other items of the same value.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is, guys. That's the bare bones of the idea of fungibility and non-fungibility. I often use the terms, right, subjective value and objective value. Like, right, it's an objective fact that a $100 bill could be exchanged for 5 $20 bills. But when something's non-fungible, the line of what it's actually worth gets a little bit blurry, right? And it's subjective to each person, right? So it's like if I were to draw uh, a drawing for my mother when I was in grade school, that's worth significantly more to her than it is a random stranger on the street, right? So it's kind of different how things are viewed and how they're valued, right? That's what makes NFTs so interesting. So yes.
Absolutely. And non-fungibility is what really makes NFTs so special, which we'll get into.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's very important. And do we have? Is it not showing the visual that I put for tokens? Oh well, it doesn't matter. I have it right here, anyways. So what's the other part? We covered what the idea is behind non-fungibility and fungibility, but what's that last word we left out? That is the term tokens, right? And people often get confused with what a token is or what a coin is. But in essence, a crypto token is a virtual currency token, right? Obviously. It represents a tradable asset or utility that resides on its native network and allows the holder to use it for investment or economic purposes, or right in NFTs, right, entertainment purposes sometimes. Anything can be tokenized on a blockchain, from the deed to your house, your birth certificate, or even your favorite coffee mug. So it's quite interesting, right, what tokens are capable of doing, right? It's that push of the digitalization of everything, right? Anything could, in essence, become a token on a native network.
Yeah.
Logan, do you have any? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. And it's going to be something that we're going to see growing ever more prevalent as we continue down with crypto adoption and overall NFT adoption, right? Because as the crypto marketplace goes, obviously more and more attention will flow into NFTs. But Austin, could you quickly tell us why it's so important that it says native network in this slide?
Yeah, so we'll be definitely diving in later in this slideshow about native networks, but it pretty much refers to the token that it runs on, like the native network that it runs on. So the native network that everyone's very familiar with is Ethereum, right? There's other DeFi projects that also offer the ability to utilize NFTs, such as like Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, and many more. That's pretty much all I would say about that.
Yeah.
We definitely have more to talk about that in here in just a moment.
Awesome. So, actually, it's funny, we're going to get into that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
For applications and networks for NFTs, non-fungible tokens are used to represent ownership of unique items. Could be any item, really. They let us tokenize things like art, collectibles, and even real estate. NFTs are built primarily, special that we say primarily here, on the Ethereum blockchain. Other blockchains do have their own NFTs, but the specific NFT market that is currently gaining incredible amounts of popularity is the Ethereum NFT space. And other networks that support NFTs include Cardano, Solana, Avalanche, and there are much more, some of which are coming into the market just today.
Right, it's really endless. But as every day that goes by, there's just more and more ways in which to get your hands on an NFT, whether it be on different networks, whether it be on different platforms that are being made, a different virtual world, right? The way that this stuff can be accessed is growing at a very rapid pace. Whereas, in the earlier stages of NFTs, it was really just, Ethereum. Logan, would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't,
When we first heard about NFTs, it was pretty much only Ethereum that even had NFTs running in the first place. And then it obviously started to expand out.
Right. Yep. And this is just another one of those market trends, like one of those things that hop on, right? We always talk about how digital cash solutions are its own thing. Well, these were not cool at one point, and if you were to hop on that train early, you did quite well.
Yeah.
But nonetheless. So one very interesting thing that makes NFTs so special is that it gives you that a factor of unique ownership, right? So NFTs can only have one official owner, right? A specific NFT can only have one official owner at a time, and they're secured by the native network. no one can modify the record of ownership / copy and paste a new NFT into existence, right? So if you own that NFT, that is quite literally a one of one. Obviously, if you wanted to go make a new project that looks similar, you could say, oh, we look exactly the same, right? They're like the same thing. But in fact, the address or the token identification would be completely different, thus making them different tokens, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we have here. Each token has its own unique identification on the blockchain, which is the distinguishing factor between an NFT and a JPEG or a regular photo on your computer, right? So it's like people always say, "Oh, I'm going to screenshot your NFT. I own it now too." Well, that's fun in games, and you could get the feeling as though you own that. You actually don't own that at all, right? You don't own that tokenized address. That does not belong to you. It inherently has no value without that address, right? Which is kind of like the proof system, of ownership. So, Logan,
you and I were just talking about this, right? An NFT in its bare bones is really just a unique code on the blockchain, and then it has a item associated with it, like a picture, like a sports card.
Like the NFT is like the secondary thing to it almost, right? You buy it because of the picture or the sports card, like you said. But what gives it its inherent non-fungible value is the fact that it has that unique ability to be identified as a one of one thing. Yeah.
I find whenever I'm talking about NFTs to whether it is somebody in here or somebody just out in the world, this is what I'm talking about the most, because the most common argument that I hear is, what's the difference between an NFT and a JPEG that I save? And the answer to that is unique ownership. And that's what really makes it so special.
That's why people, in essence, are willing to spend, ridiculous, absurd amounts of money to own these things, right? Because why would you spend a ton of money on something that anybody can own for free, right?
Exactly.
There's a catch, and that catch is to be able to be uniquely identified. So, yep.
Awesome. So now we're going to go into some examples of different crypto projects, NFT projects. And the main one that a lot of people know about, and that's why I wanted to cover this first, is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's a very, very interesting example. And this one in particular has a collection of 10,000 profile pictures minted as NFTs. And this one in particular is on the Ethereum native network or Ethereum blockchain. When you own one of these 10,000 NFTs, you get specific access to a Discord server with other people who own them. And you have to keep in mind that these things are usually going for over 6 figures at this point, so everybody that owns one usually is doing pretty well. It also gets you access to continually developed NFTs from the creators of this original token. So if you own one of the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, you'll get more NFTs from the people who first developed the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And in this essence, it's a very expensive subscription box membership.
Yep.
Austin, what do you think about this?
Yeah, so this is a great example. This is just one that everyone can kind of relate to, one that, all the celebrities are hopping on, and it's very much in the eye of the public. Another one being like CryptoPunks and other stuff like that. But yeah, and I love how you explain like kind of how it works with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and it gives you this ability to have early access to new NFTs developed by them, and it gives you in that Discord, right? It shows how each NFT, and not every one has some sort of utility, but a lot of them kind of have their own little things that make them cool, right? And obviously the Bored Ape Yacht Club allows you to kind of be in this like cool kids club, right? In a weird way, and that's definitely a big draw to owning one of these, right?
Definitely. If you own one, it's definitely your Twitter profile picture.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
And something that I want to bring up with this is something that you briefly mentioned, is that, a lot of these projects, and in my opinion, the best projects, NFT projects, are ones that have some kind of utility. And while this may not be a whole lot of utility in the fact that you get access to a Discord and continuously developed NFTs, I actually think that this is a good bit of utility, because some projects don't give you anything besides ownership of the NFT.
Right, and what do we always say about utility, right? If me and Logan are anything, we're utility maximalists, right? We like real world application. We like people to actually be able to use, right, to make a difference, to actually serve a purpose, and through utility, right? And though NFTs, a lot of people don't get the concepts and they think that it's a waste of money. In many regards, right? I think we're going to see NFTs take on a very utility-based function in our society, right, as we go forward. And we'll definitely talk about that. Logan, I don't know if you have any thoughts about just the general concept of utility before we move on.
Yeah, I mean, everything you just said. Everything you just said.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Yeah, and so I love that this is the next slide because it fits in just fine. So we just talked about kind of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And that is just one of the many popular NFT projects, but it's very important that we do not confuse these things, these projects, with NFT related coins or NFT exchanges, right? And we're going to be going over all those very shortly. But it's, so an NFT related coin, some of the very popular ones that have to do with like the virtual worlds or stuff involved with sports. So we have Decentraland, right, which is that virtual world where the NFTs are the items in that world. We have Axie Infinity, which is very reminiscent of a video game, right? And it's kind of like a play to earn thing. Then we have Chiliz, right? Chiliz is another great NFT project that I believe revolves around sports cards. Engine Coin, again, another one contributing to gaming. Sandbox, right? Another virtual world. And Theta, which is, we talk about decentralized digital content. These things are all, in an essence, giving you an opportunity to invest into the world of NFTs without directly investing into a specific project, right? As we see on the right side. So it's very important to kind of distinguish the world of NFTs from the NFT-related projects in coins, right? The cryptocurrencies from like specific projects like CryptoPunks, AdaPunks, Zombits, right? Which is my profile pick, right? I love Zombits. The Cyclops Monkey Club, right? It's like there's a million of them. Metaverse, right? So it's very important to distinguish these things, right? There should be a third column in here, which we do talk about later, but that is also like the exchange in which you buy them, right? So a very popular NFT marketplace is OpenSea, right? So that's right. That OpenSea is very different from an NFT related coin and an NFT project, right? So there's different variables in different things. It's not just black and white, like there's just like CryptoPunks is the biggest NFT thing out there. Well, I would disagree because we see that Decentraland is, a multi-billion-dollar cryptocurrency asset, right? NFTs are more than just the specific projects. There's actually NFT-related coins in marketplaces in a whole, ecosystem of stuff. Logan, do you have any thoughts? Again, bounce off of you.
I mean, no really thoughts on this one. I mean, obviously, 88 Punks is a funny knockoff of CryptoPunks. CryptoPunks is one of the first projects.
Right. It's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, the Cyclops Monkey Club, I know you giggled when you said that. That was the one that I have, Clayton has, Andy has, the one we recently got into. But yeah, we do have pictures actually that follow up.
Do it. Yes, we have examples right next.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so here's my NFT from the Cyclops Monkey Club. Here is Austin's NFT.
Yes, so the one main difference between me and Logan's NFTs is not only the way that they look, but they are on different native networks, right? So Logan bought his NFT with Ethereum. I'm guessing Logan on OpenSea.
Yes.
Mistaken. Yes. Mine, on the other hand, is a CNFT or a Cardano NFT, and I bought this on the CNFT marketplace, right? So it's weird, right? I bought mine with ADA, and Logan bought his with Ethereum, right? And that's just many people think that it's just restricted to Ethereum and that NFTs are only on Ethereum, when in fact, you can this world is much more vast than you may think, and there's new projects being built on different native networks every day. I was really intrigued personally by owning a Cardano NFT. I think it's pretty cool. A little outside of the box of the typical Ethereum one. Logan, what do you think about other NFTs? Like I don't know, it's cool. I'm just bouncing ideas off you.
I'm curious though. I want you to tell us what is this? What is this? What are we looking at?
Okay. So yeah. It's a pixelized zombie, right? It's a zombie, right? You could say it looks like a booger or something, right? However you view it, but it's a zombie. This zombie it's a zombie. It has different characteristics behind it. There actually is a little playable multiplayer game behind them where you can use these characters. But yeah, mine has a crown, has the pale eyes, and it has a beard, and it's just like super cool. Do I own this for an investment thing? Am I trying to make a lot of money off this? No, I just really enjoy it, and I enjoy knowing that I own this, right? From a unique identification standpoint, right? If you were to go on to the Cardano native network and look up what kind of token this is, right? You would be shown that my wallet owns it.
Yes.
So yeah, very cool.
There's only one.
While we're here, you should explain yours as well. Yeah. What's going on?
But the important thing that you just said was that there's only one, right? Austin is the only person who owns this Cardano NFT. And something, getting into the nitty gritty of NFTs is each NFT usually has different characteristics which make it a different rarity level, meaning out of 10,000, out of however many NFTs were minted in a certain collection, For example, I know the Cyclops Monkey Club, the one that I have on the left, there's 6,666 of them. And none of them, besides mine, have the same characteristics, with this golden background, the VR headset, the black American Express card out of his mouth, the skeleton showing, the eggplant t-shirt, and the golden AR on his back. Those are all different traits which make him a certain rarity, and usually the rarity determines how much more expensive it will be.
Yeah, and there's definitely a trend, right, going on with, like, you come out with NFTs and each one has, like, different characteristics, and that decides their rarity, right? And I think that's pretty cool how, like, a lot of all these different projects are kind of taking that same path. But I do think we will, there's always going to be that idea of different characteristics with rarity. But, I do think NFTs are going to start to take on a new life here in a few years and be more than just collectibles, right? They're going to be actually used for utility, right? Which, right? Does yours have any utility? Mine doesn't really.
No, not
I mean,
really.
I could play a multiplayer game with mine.
Yeah, I guess yours in that
has
case has
utility.
more utility. My Nax is my Twitter profile picture, which is my utility.
There you go. That is the utility. Perfect.
Yeah. But like Austin said, I'm not entering this thing planning to make tens of thousands of dollars. It's up 30%, 40% from where I got in, so I'm already happy with what I got, and I'm just going to sit on it for a couple of months and see if it can do anything. But the main point of it was just that, it's an interesting project. Wanted to have an NFT.
Logan, before we move on to the next slide, because I don't think we touch on this, how do you value your NFT? Because there's the floor price, right? Would you feel comfortable with explaining, like, the idea behind a floor price and kind of how you judge the worth of an NFT per se, even though it's not fungible? Right?
Yes. Yes, I think I grasp what you're talking about. So in each collection, so in this example, we'll use the Cyclops Monkey Club. There is a floor price, meaning that is the minimum price you can enter to get one of those NFTs from that collection.
The cheapest one. The
cheapest one.
Yeah.
That is the cheapest one you could buy in order to get one of these. And as going back to the characteristics, as your characteristics get more rare, your price will increase from that floor price. So the least rare one will be the floor price, and then the most rare one will obviously be much, much more expensive than the floor price.
And I suppose that's kind of like counterintuitive, right? Because, like, we'd say how they're, like, not fungible and they could be worth whatever they see, but in an essence, right, when you do have the idea of a floor price, I guess you can, in a roundabout way, attach a dollar amount to some of these, right?
Yes, but it's purely based on speculation, so it's interesting.
Right. It fluctuates very easily on a dime. Like, you
right.
can just switch overnight.
Right.
And that floor price, how would that change? Well, that would just change over, if there's more hype behind the project. There's more
people buying.
Interest. There's more interest. There's more demand. Right.
Exactly.
Demand.
It is textbook supply and demand. Right. There's only 6,666. As more people want them, because there's a limited supply, they're going to get more expensive naturally.
Yep.
So here's just two more examples. Austin, are you familiar with this one on the left?
The mechas, bro. What are they called?
Yeah, that's what they are.
Metaverse.
Yeah, the Metaverse.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And this is just a good example. We're not going to go too in depth like we did the past two, but it's just a cool example of the different styles. Like the one on the left is very, like, high quality. It seems like kind of like a screenshot out of a video game, right? Whereas the other one is kind of like something that I could doodle, right? And who knows, like, I don't know the value of these, but the different styles are cool.
The floor price I know on the mechas is over $10,000 now.
Which is a large chunk of change.
It is. It definitely is. And I was once described by another person that the Mechaverse is dude porn because they're so cool.
Yeah, I mean it's like when we talk about our astrology, right?
Yeah.
So technical analysis is dude astrology, I guess, right?
Yep. And then this one on the right is obviously a Bored Ape Yacht Club picture.
Very good.
Yep.
Okay, is it me?
You go first.
Or you? Okay. So NFTs, right? We talked about how kind of the properties and how they can have different utility and whatnot, but they also can have different use cases, right? So the NFTs we see today are just the start of what we're going to see take up the industry, right? And this kind of comes back to what I said earlier to Logan, that though, the idea of collectibles and rarity is cool, I think we're going to start to see NFTs, as time goes on, take on a new life where they're very much utility-based, right? So whether that be used as concert tickets to verify where you're at a concert at a certain date and time, or to go do whatever, right? To go identify someone, to go buy land parcels in a digital world, right? The idea of utility is going to very much, I think, become the main use case behind these NFTs. Collectibles will always be relevant, right? Just like how people collect sports cards, Pokemon cards, they collect like Beanie Babies, they collect shoes, right? We're always going to be collecting stuff. We are going to see this stuff take on a different personality, I think, as the world gets a little bit more comfortable with them.
Agreed.
And I love that. I love what we have here in the last sentence. The metaverse is, and we're going to use the metaverse a lot, right? NFTs are simply just items in the metaverse. I guess that's a good way to think about it. But the metaverse is just starting to gain popularity, guys, right? Buying land parcels in a digital world is no longer an idea to joke about, right? So the potential behind these things is growing quite rapidly. Though we're not there and the potential is not even close to being reached, the ceiling is growing exponentially.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here we have just some of the main points of NFTs. Each token minted has a unique identifier that is directly linked to one native network address. So each token obviously has its unique identifier code. Whether it's on Ethereum, it will have a code on the Ethereum blockchain, and the same goes for if it's on Cardano ecosystem or Solana, whatever it may be on. They are not directly interchangeable with other tokens on a one-to-one basis. And like we said earlier, for example, one ETH is exactly the same as another ETH. But this is not the case with NFTs. One NFT is not exactly the same as another. It will never be. Each token has an owner, and this information is easily verifiable. And they live on their native network and can be bought and sold on any, in this case we said Ethereum, in the case of it being on the Ethereum native network. But obviously if it was a Cardano NFT, you would need to find a Cardano NFT market.
Right. Right, and guys, we're just kind of using the term Ethereum when we talk about these native networks, just because it's easier for you to grasp, right? Because that's just kind of the one, right? When a lot of people, right, like when I talk to like my mom about NFTs, like she's like Ethereum, I'm like, okay, yeah. And so like yeah, that's just kind of where we're at right now. But yeah, Logan's 100% right. There's many different platforms, but so we've been annoying you, we've been harassing you about for like the past, what time is it? We've been harassing you for the past 28 minutes, describing what NFTs is, what it means to be fungible, what it means to be non-fungible, the possible utility, the potential, the use case. But how do you get involved, right? How are you going to go and actually participate in this market? And I wish the text was a little bit bigger here, but I can still read it. But when it comes to the world of NFTs, there are many ways to get involved. There actually is many, many ways, right? You can either buy and collect, create and sell, or do both, or just participate in the general momentum of the market, right? And that's by buying other coins related to NFTs, right? So in order to start your NFT journey, you need, and this is specifically to buy NFTs, right? Non-fungible tokens. So, and this is just, it's like a quick little description on how you get started. I definitely, and I think I say this in the next slide, I definitely recommend utilizing YouTube and the internet for anything that you do when you're spending your own hard-earned money, right? Make sure you understand how to do stuff very, very in-depth, but this is just like a simple summary, right? So in order to start your NFT journey, you will need to have access to a personal wallet or a hot wallet, right? Which is something such as MetaMask or Trust Wallet. This is because you can't buy NFTs directly with fiat currency, aka dollar bills or euros, but rather you must buy them with the native network coin, right? Which in most cases today is Ethereum. Just like how Logan bought his NFTs with Ethereum. He did not buy them with dollar bills. So in order to buy that NFT, he had to have, I don't know what wallet you use, Logan, Trust Wallet, I think, right?
MetaMask.
He had a MetaMask wallet with Ethereum on it, right? And with that, that was his only way to get his hands on that NFT. He had to own Ethereum, and he had to have a wallet that could connect to the marketplace, right? And there's many, many tutorials showing on, if you don't know how to buy Ethereum, I recommend just going to buy it from Coinbase, right? And then making or Binance US or Crypto.com, whatever you're comfortable with, buying your Ethereum, making a MetaMask or Trust wallet, sending that over, and then simply connecting your wallet to a trusted marketplace, and you will be good to go fairly quickly. It's not very hard to do.
Yeah, and I think it's really important what you just said. Everybody really should be careful when connecting their MetaMask or Trust wallet to a website, because there are definitely websites out there which are malicious, and will try to steal your information. So make sure when you press Connect Wallet, you are doing so on a trusted and verifiable website, please.
People, there's some horror stories for, if you connect your wallet to a non-trusted source, right? Like if somebody messages you ever to go try out their DEX, right, their decentralized exchange or like something else, I don't know. Make sure that you are connecting your wallet to stuff that you 100% trust. It is 100% verifiable, okay? Because those are the horror stories that you hear people getting their accounts drained, right? So make sure that you're only connecting to your stuff that is trusted.
Yep. And in this next slide, we go over a couple of those places.
I could talk about this again, Logan. I mean, we're kind of on the same topic, but if you want to read it, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, you're on the same topic. Go for it.
Okay, let's do it. So, how to get involved, part 2. And this is kind of like we were talking about the marketplaces and how to properly do it. But once you have successfully created that hot wallet or personal wallet that I mentioned, we prefer MetaMask or Trust Wallet, and transferred some Ethereum. Like I said, we're using Ethereum as the example. Once you have transferred that Ethereum onto it, you are halfway there. I say the hard part is over once you have the Ethereum in your wallet. The next thing you could do is look for a marketplace to either buy or mint your desired picture, audio, or video, right? And some of the more popular, at the moment, some of the more popular places to obtain NFTs are OpenSea, and these are Ethereum marketplaces, keep in mind, are OpenSea, Rarible, and Nifty Gateway, right? These are just a few. Guys, there's so many more other great places to buy NFTs, right? Whether it be with Ethereum or Cardano, right? Avalanche, Solana, there's many, many different marketplaces, so do your research. Those are just examples. After you found a platform to buy or mint, all you need to do is connect your wallet that we said before, and you're good to go. It's really that easy. These marketplaces will have options for you to mint or buy, so it's rather easy to get the hang of. It's very, very simple. There are also many amazing tutorials on YouTube that show how to navigate and utilize these platforms. That's what I said before, guys. Anytime you are about to go put your hard-earned money into an investment, you need to make sure that you understand it through and through. Though you're going to get a good idea of what this stuff is talking to us in here, you still need to go on YouTube and watch tutorials of people actually doing this stuff. You need to go to Google. You need to utilize the internet. You need to make sure that you 100% know what you're doing, right? So that's why I always recommend you could learn how to take apart a motor and put it back together on YouTube, right? Anything is available there. You could get a college education on YouTube. So utilize it to your advantage. Logan, you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think you hit everything on the head there.
Sweet.
So, the future of NFTs. Though many people still do not understand the significance or purpose behind NFTs, they soon will. As we move further into the future, the world we live in will inevitably become more and more digital. I think everybody can agree with that. This does not only apply for social interaction, work, and finance, but also applies for art and personal expression. Love that. The increasing popularity of non-fungible tokens is providing a glance into the future of decentralized finance. As the crypto asset class continues to grow, so will the interest for NFTs. That is without a doubt. NFTs have hit the world by storm in 2020 and 2021, making many investors fortunes overnight, as we've heard all of the stories, right? However, I would not yet say the boat has sailed yet. I don't think anybody at OBR would either. The world of NFTs is still very much an infant when compared to its future potential. Just thinking about the crypto market as a whole, obviously, we are still very, very infantile. I know everybody thinks it's the end of the world because Bitcoin's down. But in the reality, right, looking at this in the long term, we are so early. It's crazy to think about it. And as the world continues to become more accustomed to crypto, popularity and attention will obviously flow into NFTs as well, and the space will positively correlate with the growth of the crypto space.
100%. I wish I knew the market capitalization of NFTs right now, and I want to just to get an idea of how large it actually is. But guys, yeah, when we say that the boat hasn't sailed and that there's still opportunities, we're not saying to go buy a CryptoPunk for $150,000. We're saying that the opportunities in this market, like when we go 10 years down the line and look at the big prominent players in the market, many of them don't even exist yet, right? And when I say infantile, I think I even used the wrong word, right? I wouldn't even say it's infant. I would argue that it's like embryonic, right? We're not even like out of the womb yet when it comes to the potential of non-fungible tokens, right? And this directly correlates with the idea of the potential of the entire crypto asset class, right? Because in order for NFTs to succeed, crypto in a sense needs to succeed. So
Yep.
yeah, it's we always say the future, right? The utility is going to be huge, and nothing's really going to stop it. I think if you don't believe in this stuff right now, fine, right? You don't have to. You don't have to participate in it, but at least be aware of it, right? Because I think this is a tsunami, and not much gets in the way of a tsunami, right? You got to ride the wave. Don't go against it. The trend is your friend, folks. Right?
The trend is your friend.
Is that it?
Yeah, this was the end of the slideshow. We're now going to
Awesome.
transition into Discord and answer any questions you guys have. Feel free to unmute yourself and talk to us, or put it in live chat VC mute.
Yeah, I hope you guys were able to get some value out of that, right? Every time I go through the slideshow and I read it to myself, I feel like I learned something, right? When I just bounce ideas off of Logan and just talk about the future of this entire space, it gets me really excited, and it should get you excited as well, even if you're not participating in it, right? This opportunity to just kind of be alive during a time like this and be participating in these markets is truly something special. So, I encourage people to ask questions. I encourage you to unmute yourself. I want to hear some voices. But obviously, if you want to speak, then fine too, right? It is Saturday night, and I would imagine that people have stuff to do. But we are here for you, and we do want to hear your thoughts. So,
What's up, guys?
what's up, Matt?
I have a question. So I basically understand the idea behind the NFT, but so you're saying it's a tsunami and you want to ride the wave, and you want to be in the trend right now. But from an investor point of view, how would you take advantage of it? Like buying an ETF that you like and hoping that one day it's gonna increase in value?
Yeah. No, so I look at NFTs a bit differently. I buy NFTs because I enjoy owning them. Like I truly mean that. I almost and Logan's probably gonna have a different take on this. I don't know. I don't see NFTs as something that you should be looking for to make money. If you want to make money in cryptocurrency, right, in this world, you're gonna be the probability of you doing so is going to be much higher when you invest into a fundamentally sound cryptocurrency, right? Like, and you could still invest in NFTs by doing that, right? Whether it be Decentraland, Sandbox, NGUYEN, Chiliz, right? There's many like currencies that are related to NFTs. When you're when you invest into like a specific project, you're kind of just gambling on the hype and the demand behind that thing going up, right? So if you're looking to make money, like to actually do well and have some sort of security in a sense, I would invest into fundamentally sound cryptocurrencies, right? And then buy NFTs that you truly enjoy owning. I think I saw a stat that most of the people that flip NFTs like lose. It looks all bright, good and dandy, right? We see people becoming millionaires overnight from certain projects, but 99.999% of the projects do not appreciate in value like the ones that we hear about, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks. So I think that you should ride the wave in a sense. Like, you should be aware of what's going on, and even if you don't want to buy specific NFTs, try to get your foot in the door. You know what I mean? Even if it's owning, a parcel of land, a small parcel of land on the metaverse, or even if it's a NFT that you like, right? Even just having some sort of exposure to this market, I think, is very important. If you're looking to get rich overnight, I think that you're going to set yourself up for failure, personally. Logan, any thoughts?
Yeah, you pose a really interesting question. In terms of looking at it from an investor point of view, I agree with Austin. My money is being placed into crypto projects, crypto coins that I think can do much, much better in terms of potential exponential reward. And I do look at NFTs to make money. Obviously, you don't want to lose money, but when you're looking at NFTs, I think it should be much more out of what do you like, what do you find is interesting, and hold that for a good period of time. But I'm not looking at NFTs in terms of an investor viewpoint. It's more of like an art collector viewpoint, which could be poised to say that is an investor point of view. I just don't think the potential risk reward scenarios on NFTs are as high as they are on coins.
It's definitely not. The risk definitely outweighs the potential reward in most cases, right? So, when we say ride the wave, and maybe you disagree. Maybe you're like, oh, I made $1 million off NFTs. I'd say, okay, yeah, you're very good at identifying which ones will have value, right? But yeah, when I say ride the wave, right, I just mean to have some kind of exposure to the growth to this market. So that's kind of what we mean.
But if you are looking for NFTs, I think the best projects are going to be the ones that provide utility and are actually, doing something to help people. So if you're looking at projects, keep an eye out for if they're following up with anything after you just buy the NFT.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get your hands on a CryptoPunk for cheap, then do it. But don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 people asked, have you guys heard about the Secret Alien Society, and have you heard of Hape Beast? Austin, you can come in if you think that you've heard about these things, but I just wanted to preface that there's a lot of NFT projects, guys. A lot. And
thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, and I rather use my brain power to trading on the week. And I don't try to look into every new NFT project, but Austin, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the world is so vast that I get messages in my DMs like every day asking me about a different society or club, right? They all have that same mojo with them. But yeah, there's just so many, and it's so difficult to identify the good ones from the shit ones. And sometimes, right, in most cases, it's especially with like the way that influencers promote stuff, right? You have a big influencer go on YouTube and start talking about an NFT, and it's like, it's an interesting question. But no, I don't know about any of those projects that you listed, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Hunt74 asks, what is the difference between minting and buying?
Yep. I mean, I can answer that. So minting is like you're the first owner of that NFT. Like you mint it, you bought it at launch for its retail price, right? You're not like a secondary owner. You're the one who brought that thing into existence from the you brought it into a circulation per se. So that's what it means by minting. Like I minted my NFT here, and I think Logan, you minted yours.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just essentially getting into the project before
IPO kind of.
Exactly.
Like when a stock IPOs, you're getting into it right away. The one thing about minting, I'm not sure if this is the same for every project. It gave you a random one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So minting, you don't really have a say on what you buy, because if you could have a say on what you buy, then everyone would just go and rush for the rarest ones right away.
Yeah, that is the downside.
But instead it's randomly given to you. So when you mint an NFT, they'll say, okay, the mint price is 0.5 ETH, right? So you'll send 0.5 ETH, and you'll get a random NFT from that collection, just a complete, like out of the 10,000 or out of the 6,666 NFTs, you will get a random one, right? It could be the best one, it could be the worst one.
Yep.
Right? That's minting. When you buy an NFT, you're specifically, like if I wanted to buy Logan's NFT, I would have to pay the price that he thinks it's valued at, and I'm buying what he has. Right. So, is there a mint minimum maximum? No. You could do whatever you want. I can make an NFT project where, there's only 10 NFTs in it, and the mint price is 20 Ethereum, right? Or I could do something ridiculous. Yeah.
Alex says, how do you store an NFT? That would be on your MetaMask wallet.
On your hot wallet. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's different for stuff, right? Like on my CNFTs, I have my Cardano NFTs on my Yoroi wallet, which is a Cardano hot wallet, a native Cardano wallet. Whereas Logan will have his Ethereum NFTs on MetaMask, right?
Yes.
So.
How to make an NFT?
Yeah, that's a very different question that we didn't intend on tackling in this.
Well, I have a buddy that actually just minted his own collection.
I think it's fairly easy to do. Once you have the artwork and you have the NFTs in mind, there's hundreds of thousands of different NFT projects, and if all these people are able to put these on this exchange or on this marketplace, right? I'm pretty sure it's not terribly difficult to kind of start your own project, especially if you're willing to put in the work.
It's not.
Definitely, and that comes all down to doing your research, right? We'd love to sit here and walk you through the process of starting your own NFT collection, but I think that's for a different call.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is, like, you pretty much just have to have the NFT, and then you go to a website. I believe one of them is literally called Mint, You can just look it up, how to mint an NFT, and you go mint it via this third party, and that is it. You then have the NFT. You can sell it on OpenSea. You can do whatever you want to do with it.
Yep, and I could do anything. Like I could start an NFT project of just different pictures of Logan making weird faces.
Yep.
You know, and
you might have a business proposition right there.
I think the OBR members would be willing to pay big bucks for funny face Logan. Can I mint 25 from one collection? Yes. Yep. You can mint as many as you want. Yeah, I actually minted 10 Zombits. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep, I just minted one.
I'd pay 5 ETH for a Logan NFT. Okay, well, I mean, I get commissions. I get commissions, so I'm down, Avo.
That's funny.
Let's do it. Logan, we should do that. We should actually make NFTs of your face, but just ridiculously overprice them.
But if we do it of me, we got to do it of every staff member. Like, we got to get pictures of Alex. Alex has to have an NFT.
Do OBR NFTs.
NFTs.
It's been talked about before, but we're just so busy with so many other things that we have yet to get to it. But I'm sure something tells me that will happen inevitably.
It will happen.
Like how I think you're going to be able to buy OBR Premium with crypto here soon.
Pretty surely. Yeah. That's the goal. Are there any specific coins for Metaverse? Austin, I know you want to tackle this.
So the big ones, obviously, Decentraland with its native coin Mana, Axie Infinity, Sandbox, Theta, Engine Coin, Chili's.
Almost all Metaverse platforms will have their own native token. So, like, Decentraland has Mana. This other project called Somnium Space has a currency called Cube. So each one is going to have their own.
Yeah, and I believe the bigger ones are all ERC20s, right, for the most part. Yeah, they're all built on the Ethereum network. So and that's just kind of what we go. We use Ethereum many times in this explanation because that's the one that people are familiar with, you know. Wasn't here for the first 25 minutes recorded, or slides able... yeah, so this will all be available on YouTube.
Yep, tomorrow. I'll make sure it's up there by tomorrow night.
Yeah, and you know, if you guys want to continue to type and chat, that's fine, but I would not be opposed to hearing somebody speak up. I really wouldn't. But if not, we can wrap stuff up. I mean, that was pretty good, Logan. I think
that was pretty good.
Fairly in depth from in an easy to understand way.
All right. Yeah, I hope everybody learned something. I guess we will wrap it up here.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining. Right, the guys, the soldiers who come out here.
The soldiers on Saturday night.
On a Saturday night to come listen to Logan and I talk. What beasts!
So
yeah,
as my
last question. Let's go.
As my yoga teacher says, thank yourselves for coming out and doing the work on a Saturday night. We all appreciate your time and your attention. Namaste.
All right, last question. How do I get into the Metaland? Yeah. So just go. Right now, what I'm going to encourage you to do is go on to your internet browser and just type in Decentraland and then just start playing it, and you'll understand the concept of it very, very quickly. You don't have to even make an account. You can play as a guest. Yep, we are going to kill it in the market this week. Yep. I don't know. Your boy Aliknak and Logan are on a pretty nasty win streak right now. It's actually getting quite gross. I don't know if you're paying attention, but in Logan and Aliknak's channels,
plays,
there hasn't been very
they're
many
on fire
L's.
lately. They've been on
fire.
There
hasn't been very many L's. You know what I mean? It's been... yeah, Dave, right now I'm on a 15 trade winning streak. Yeah.
Aliknak's killing it.
The day trades, yes. The swings are what's beating up my position port. But so you guys use MetaMask? Yeah, I mean that's just the general hot wallet that I recommend if you're getting into it. But yeah, no, we're gonna be killing the trades this week. Yeah, you should be able to use all those platforms. No matter where you are, I don't think there's any restriction on
hot wallets. I don't think there is.
OpenSea and hot wallets and that. No. The only thing that's gonna be a problem when you're in different countries is gonna be the regulation for exchanges.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're able to go buy crypto on Binance or a certain exchange.
So I think that actually might have been the question. Do you know which exchange is good in Canada?
just to buy ETH. I mean, I'm guessing Coinbase.
I'm gonna guess
If I'm buying any, and this is just a good tip for you guys, if I'm buying any blue chip cryptocurrency, I'm buying it from Coinbase. Like,
what do you mean by blue chip?
Yeah, so like Bitcoin, Ethereum, buy BNB, or well, you can't even do that. Like any larger market cap crypto.
Okay, larger crypto.
Yeah, consider anything
Why
in the top
Coinbase?
5, top 10.
Correct. Like Cardano is certainly a blue chip, right?
Yeah.
Because they're available on those exchange, and those are very Coinbase. I trust Coinbase. Like, I would never have my money on it, but if I had to pick, right, I would have my money on Coinbase and Gemini. Like, those are the two exchanges I somewhat trust.
But that's only for long term, is what you're saying. To buy like ETH or whatever. Because those fees go crazy. Those fees are crazy on Coinbase.
Coinbase Pro has reduced fees. To my knowledge, Uphold may be allowed in Canada. And just a preface for everybody that does use Uphold, I do use Uphold. I find them very reliable, and they have low fees. But their downside is that you cannot take coins off of exchange for 2 months after you purchase them.
Yeah. But wait, what was I gonna say? What was your question again? I'm sorry.
Coinbase fees. I said that if you,
fees,
I think it's if you bought.
Yeah.
Because you said that you trusted Coinbase and that you would buy it on there.
I do, and I'm kind of in that position in my life right now where I just kind of eat the fees, and I don't even pay attention to it. But Coinbase definitely has considerable fees, I suppose. But I think anywhere you go,
try Coinbase Pro.
Deal with it.
Coinbase Pro.
Does Coinbase Pro though? Does it change?
It does. It does change the fees.
But is it fees for? What kind of? I don't understand.
I don't know the exact reduction, but I know that the fees are reduced on Coinbase Pro.
But is it fees for like trading on the application, or is it like it'll reduce the cost of sending it?
No, I don't believe it's sending. I believe it's purchasing.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Point being, if you want to buy Ethereum, just buy it on Coinbase or a trusted exchange, like as easy as you can. That's what I do, right? So it's not like you're buying some obscure coin, like I own a bunch of audio, right? And I have to go on and use a DEX to obtain that, right? It's not how it is with ETH, right? I just go right on Coinbase and I'm all set. So.
But you use Binance, right? Do you use Binance?
Yeah. I use Binance US to buy Nano. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nano. They don't have that on Coinbase.
Right. They're right. That just shows how embryonic this market actually is. The fact that I have to jump around to a bunch of different places to buy different coins, right?
Yeah,
eventually it's going to be like a stock exchange, right? Or a place to trade, right? Like think about Thinkorswim or Robinhood, right? I can buy any equity on any of those, right? And I think that crypto will head towards that direction.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Shouldn't maybe not 100% complete because the requirements to make a coin and to be listed on a public exchange.
Yeah, it has to be listed on this thing.
Are very much different. But I do hope that regulation in cryptocurrency will allow, will limit the way in which people make these coins.
Yeah,
there has to be some sort of regulation to get the shit coins out. There's too many of them right now, and I'm sure that will happen. But
yeah.
Alrighty, folks. I think we're gonna wrap up here. Nope, somebody said something.
Quick question. So for MetaMask, you don't buy crypto directly from MetaMask. You'll buy it from something like Coinbase and then connect your Coinbase wallet with MetaMask and import it for a fee?
Yes. It's sending it. So you'll send it from your Coinbase wallet to your MetaMask wallet.
I mean, you can buy crypto on MetaMask. I just don't.
You can. It's a weird process. I tried it before.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it.
And then from Coinbase to Coinbase wallet would be another fee, right?
No, when you buy it on Coinbase, that is into your Coinbase wallet.
Yeah, the moment you buy it, it's in a Coinbase. It's on the exchange wallet. Yep. They're not really your coins though, right? Not your keys, not your coins. It's not really your personal wallet because a corporation can look inside of it and quite literally move whatever they want to move. They won't do that, but just good thing to know.
Yep.
So what's the point of downloading the Coinbase wallet app instead of Coinbase?
It's more security if you're you just want to keep your stuff on Coinbase. right?
Yep, just a prettier
Wallets.
UI.
Yep. Yep. MetaMask and Trust Wallet are personal hot wallets that will really allow you to explore DeFi, which is decentralized finance, right? NFTs are a part of that.
So how do I transfer directly from Coinbase to MetaMask without using Coinbase Wallet?
Yeah. So you own Ethereum right now.
Yes.
So you press send, and then you would input your MetaMask address, and then you send that over. And like I said, there's many YouTube tutorials.
And you said Nano's better because it doesn't have like fees like that. It just directly sends. You said. Well, that's what I saw on one of those TikTok videos.
Yeah, Nano's an instant feeless and eco-friendly digital cash.
Well, that was on the Nano wallet, so that's probably why.
Exactly.
That was Nano wallet. That's why.
Yeah, but Nano's inherently faster, right? If you send your Nano off of an exchange, it'll pop up in your wallet much quicker than Ethereum will.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The only thing that slows it down when you're transferring off of an exchange is that you have to deal with that centralized entity for confirmation.
Right.
Right. Once you separate yourself from that, it's instant, completely instant.
Yes.
But that's again another conversation, right?
Yeah, of course.
We are approaching an hour here. I do have to run.
Yeah. You're all good.
Yeah. So
I appreciate you guys all stopping by. That was a really good call. I actually learned a lot too. Whenever I talk to myself about these things, and I talk to Logan, it's always good. So we'll see you guys Monday morning. Monday before
Yes,
market
indeed.
opens,
Let's
we'll
get
be
it.
here. Everybody, the watch lists will be out tomorrow night from all analysts, most analysts. And we'll be ready to kill the week, right? I plan on making a lot of money next week, so
that's the plan.
Let's do it up.
Let's make this money.
Make sure you rest Sunday, right? I'm not going to be engaging in markets at all tomorrow until I go later in the night when I do my watch list. Really make sure and this is just separate, guys. Make sure that every week you have a time where you're just disengaged from markets. Because I went through I would consider a unhealthy mental phase where I was 100% always submerged into markets, and it was just not good. You have to separate that stuff, right? You have to have you time. You have to do stuff that is like go for a walk, enjoy the air, go get an ice cream, go kiss a girl or a boy. Or
remember the freedom we all do this for.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome.
All right.
Everybody have a great rest of
Take
their
it
day.
easy, folks. Take it easy. Peace.